Triple E EDC back again with another knife video. So there's an open tag going around started by Cedric and Ada. He actually tagged a couple people. A bunch of other people have been tagged. I actually haven't been tagged, but it's not really surprising because I don't really converse a lot with a lot of other people in the community. So, you know, not really surprising. Anyway, I wanted to go ahead and do my top 5 knives that make me happy, and then I'll also tag some people at the end, and we'll go from there. So first of all, I have this one. I'm actually going to be doing folding knives, but this one is a fixed blade Spyderco Mule, the S45VN version. This is the one that was made by Dane Gavrilowski, or the handle was made by Dane Gavrilowski. Really, really cool. Great work by Dane, and I have him doing a couple other handles for me as well. But this does make me happy, but I'm not going to be doing fixed blades today, so I just wanted to give you guys something to look at the start of the video. All right, so let's actually do folders. So the first folder that makes me happy isn't really a folder, it's an OTF, but it makes me happy because this thing is a beast. This is the Microtech Scarab II, the Shadow Edition with the fluted, with the flutes in there. So this is, the flutes are in there. It apparently makes it so you can open it underwater. Haven't tried it, but it's just kind of cool knowing that you can. And the action on this is just so good. It hits so hard. This is the hardest hitting out the front I think I've ever held in my hands. So this is just awesome to go in and out with, and it's really not that difficult to actuate compared to some other OTFs, but it really has that nice hard hitting action. I love the color on this since it's all blacked out. 100% all blacked out. That's the shadow version, and that scarab on the clip just really looks cool. Has that nice glass breaker, although I know some people could live without the glass breaker, but yeah, very, very cool. All right, so that is number 1. Number 2 is another automatic. It is not the Protech that you thought I was going to have. Actually, the Protech I assume most people thought I was going to have is the really expensive one that I just had up in the last video. This is the one that makes me smile, though. This is the Magic 2. It makes me smile because it has, every time you hand it to somebody or you show them how it works, it makes them smile, it makes me smile. It's just a really cool knife to have around and show off. For those of you guys who don't know, it has a hidden mechanism inside the scale. So when I push the scale this way, it opens up, but a lot of people can't figure out how to open it up until you show them, but you just slide the scale that way and boom, it opens up. I can do that on camera for you guys. You just use the meat of your hand there and it opens right up. Just very, very cool. The blade shape is really useful. You can see I got a lot of use out of it here, and it's just a great design all around. This is a really good user knife in addition to being a good knife that makes me happy. I'm kind of disappointed I don't see more of these being made by Protech. I don't know if they discontinued the design, but I haven't seen them come out with more in a while. Maybe they're going to come out with a batch at some point, and they're just slowed up by backlogs of COVID-19 and the Malibus that they've been backlogged on. But definitely this number 2 makes me smile. Third knife that makes me smile is the Berg Blades Iron Wolf. It makes me smile for a couple of reasons. I know this was, if it wasn't the first knife I reviewed on the channel, then it was definitely the second. But, and my review style back then I don't think was as good. I was probably a little bit more nervous on camera and everything, but I just really like this knife. It is the first knife that got me really into smooth action knives. The action on this is just tremendously crazy. I mean, it just, I'd have to move up the camera. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move up the camera here, and you're going to see this has just the absolute drop shot action for a knife made by WE. This is one of the better actions that I've gotten on any WE knife, and it has a detent ramp and everything, so you don't really feel, I mean, you feel a little bit of the detent here, but most of the time you just go right past it and, bam, it just is so smooth, so smooth. Great design on this. I like clip point blades a lot, so, having that clip point right there is very cool. And again, that action is great, and it comes out with a nice thwack, right? So, great knife. The next one that makes me smile is one that also gives a thwack when it comes out, but it also it's awesome. It's a custom. It is my Snafu 3.5 inch. from Recenti. So this has Damascus with the compound grind, and it's got the, I forgot what they call this, this pattern. I think it's like, you know, something to do with the earth or something like that, or tectonic plates. But I forgot exactly what it's called. You guys can comment below. But it's a really cool effect that it has on the titanium here. The action on this is excellent. You can hear the detent come in. It's an integral. And you can hear it come out right here. Whoop, hit the camera. You can hear it come out right here. Boom. Right? Boom. It just really has that nice action right there, and looks awesome. Put this out one more time. You can, and again, you can hear that action on there. Just beautiful. Next up is one you guys may or may not have guessed. This is actually one I don't think I've reviewed on the channel, but I've mentioned a bunch of times. I really need to get around to a 940 review. Now this is a 943. In fact, this is a 943 BK or SBK. So the S is for the serrated, and the BK obviously is for the black. And this knife is, you know, was my super cool tactical knife that I had when I was 16. So this is the knife that got me into knives. This is the knife that you know, I just used up. Now this is not the exact knife. This is actually the third one of these I've had because I've lost the other two. But I keep buying it again because it makes me happy to have one. They're now discontinued, unfortunately. So if I ever lost it, I'd be pretty despondent. But this reminds me of my youth. I saved up, it must have been a couple of weeks. I worked a job actually at Red Lobster at the time, and I was, you know, constantly doing trucks, doing stuff in the back. And as I'm unloading the trucks, breaking down boxes and stuff, I needed a knife. So I went over to, at the time, they had a place called Chesapeake Knife and Tool. I don't know if you guys remember that. They're out of business now. But they were a chain up and down Maryland and Virginia, Chesapeake Knife and Tool. And they had a store. I walked in, and they, you know, I just wanted to see, you know, what they had that was just a really good premium knife. And, you know, the guy behind the counter took me over there. I mean, if he had explained to me, you know, the difference between plain edge and serrated and stuff like that, I probably would have picked the plain edge. But being a teenager, you know, the serrations are super cool. So I wanted to go ahead and get the serrations. And this just reminds me of my youth and reminds me of why I got into knives. I now collect 940s. I will do a collection video at some point. I keep promising I'm going to do it, but I keep not getting around to it. But I'm actually just waiting for something to come in. And once that comes in, I am planning to do, you know, the video. I have quite a few of those. So this again is just a knife that I really enjoy from my childhood, and this is the last of the 5 knives that make me happy. So let me go ahead and tag a couple of people. I'm going to tag some people that I did not see other people tag. So there are other people I probably would tag, but I have not seen these 3 people tagged, so I'm going to tag them. One, I'm not sure it actually watches my channel at all, but I'm going to go ahead and tag him anyway. I'm kind of curious, just because he has a lot of older stuff, to see what Cutlery Lover would do. So I'm going to tag Cutlery Lover. I'm also going to tag Screamin' Pirate EDC and Mild Mannered EDC, the Brads. So let's go ahead and see if I can get any of those 3 to respond. Be kind of cool. And let me know what you guys, you know, it's an open tag anyway, you know, on other channels. So love to see yours. Thanks so much.